and if possible, turn on your camera. With that, I'll turn it over to Coach.
Okay, good to see everybody here. Appreciate you being here with us. First of all, I want to start off by congratulating the guys who made the Pro Bowl. Very proud of those guys. That's an accomplishment I think that means a lot in the National Football League. And our guys understand more than anybody that's a team award. So as a team, we all take pride in the guys that made it, and we're very excited for them. And we kind of all feel like we have a part in that. So what questions do you have going forward?
Hey, John, this is Jameson. I don't believe the Giants have officially named or said who their starting quarterback will be this week. As you prepare, do you go under the assumption that it's going to be Daniel Jones?
We'll prepare for both quarterbacks. I mean, both those guys have done a good job for them this year. They're both experienced quarterbacks. Daniel Jones is obviously a little bit younger, but he's one of the top picks in the draft and super talented guy. And Colt McCoy has done a great job, too, over the years. We've played him before, and we know how good he is. So we'll be ready for both those guys.
Hey, Coach. Todd Karpovich from SI. Going back to the Giants, they have a stout run defense, and Blake Martinez, 128 tackles. What kind of matchup do you see with them? What makes them so good?
Well, I think it starts with obviously Blake Martinez, as you mentioned in the middle, makes a bunch of tackles. Goes back to his days with Stanford. He made a bunch of tackles, and then Green Bay. He's the same player he's always been. Very gifted in there in terms of sorting things out and finding the football. And then the defensive line is one of the best and most decorated and highest pedigree defensive lines in the game. I mean, they're big, physical guys. They play a similar type style that our defensive line plays. They know how to get off blocks. They stay square. Yes, it's a very impressive group, and I think it starts with the D-line and the inside linebacker.
Hey, John, Childs at the Sun. We didn't ask you about Calais Campbell on Monday. I guess, first of all, how close was he to playing on Sunday, and how optimistic are you about him this week? Right,
it was a game day decision, and just felt like I feel like he could have played. If it was my decision not to. He wanted to play. Just felt like having another guy 100% was better than Calais not 100%, and then with football still in front of us, and so short term and long term felt like it was the best decision to make. But he did want to play, and we'll see how he does this week. I think he's doing really well, and it's just going to be a decision, not really whether he can play or not, but whether it's the best thing for us. To make us the best defense now and then the next week or so, but he's right there.
John, this is Jeff Beck. What does your backup quarterback situation look like for this week? I think Robert is eligible to come off, but I don't know what kind of progress he's making and where that leaves Tyler Huntley.
Right. Well, that'll depend on the health part of it, and then whatever other factors, and obviously it's never one thing. So we'll just have to consider all that. It won't be Trace yet, but Tyler and Robert are possibilities, and I really don't know right now. We'll just kind of see. We're kind of status quo now until we hear more.
Hey, John, it's Luke Jones with WNST. I know you mentioned the Pro Bowl guys, but Orlando Brown Jr., I mean, you lose Ronnie halfway through the season. I mean, those are some big shoes to fill. How proud are you of what Orlando's been able to do in moving to the left side and not just filling in, but playing at a high level?
Absolutely. That's just a great point, Luke. I mean, very proud and very impressed. He's done a great job. And, obviously he shows his versatility as a player. He's played a lot of left tackle in his life. And now he plays both sides at a very high level. So, yeah, just really happy with him. He's a great guy. He works really hard. He wants to be good. And he's playing at a high level. So kudos to him. He's done really well with it.
Hey, John, it's Mark Viviano. I know you keep your guys focused on the game at hand. When you see, or your guys see, the Jets winning a game at LA against the Rams when they were big underdogs, and I guess Cincinnati beating Pittsburgh, is that held up to them as the example, or you figure they just see that and it need not be mentioned?
The latter, you know, I think they understand that. I know they do. So, yeah, we don't need to. I mean, the Giants, we don't, it just doesn't, you know, I guess I say this a lot, Mark, and I try to explain it. You know, it's not how NFL players and coaches, at least to my experience, look at it. You don't look at records. You know, I mean, the Giants are fighting for a division championship. The Giants have won, 4 of their last 6 games or something like that. You know, they beat Seattle 3 weeks ago in Seattle. They can pound the ball, running the ball. They can stop the run. They've got skill players, you know, pretty much all over the place. I don't understand why it would even be a conversation, you know. So we have a very tough challenge in front of us. We understand that. The other stuff is just peripheral. It's not even our view, you know. It's not what we're thinking about. So that's the same answer. It's like this, you know. We understand how good this team is that we're playing and what we're up against.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks,
Okay.
Coach.
Thank
The media
you.
will put you in a waiting room and be back with Orlando.
Okay, appreciate you guys.